I found this solid brass key at the thrift store and I was like, you're gorgeous, you're coming home with me. It had a little bit of corrosion, some oxidation happening there in the corners especially, was like really puffed out and oxidized, but I've got the tools, I've got the skills, I can fix it. It's got some heft to it, so I knew it was solid and I knew it was able to be fixed. Here I'm taking a very gritty diamond burr to the metal, and the thing about the diamond burrs is that they do create some scratches as they remove material, right? It's like really gritty sandpaper, but as you can see, we are removing a lot of that oxidation. Let's just have a moment for ASMR. Isn't that just so satisfying? Seeing all that white flaky oxidation just slide right off and that solid brass start shining through. So satisfying. I love it. It's one of the reasons why I love making jewelry. Again, that diamond grit is going to create little scratches, so I'm taking a different silicone wheel here. This is the blue silicone wheel, and what it's doing is just polishing out any of those deep scratches that were made by the first polishing wheel. So it's smoothing things out, it's digging in, removing any of those scratches, and it really is polishing. It also, because of the shape that it has a bit more of a sharp edge, so it was able to let me get into those little nooks and crannies a little bit easier. See, you can, this is a great perspective here. You can see how it's really polishing that up. Sometimes playing with modern power tools just really feels like I'm making magic. Beautiful, love it, 10 out of 10. Although there's not a whole lot of oxidation over here, I decided to take this silicone wheel over to kind of the rest of the piece, kind of polish up some of those more dirty areas that were a little bit oxidized. So this is just sort of cleaning up any of those edges, cleaning up any deep scratches that were there. Here I've switched out my silicone wheel for a stainless steel brush, which is also a burnisher, and you can see that it's making it nice and shiny and pretty. It's sort of like those wire brushes you can get, so it's scrubbing the surface, but with a lot more force behind it, right? There's a lot more force in that centrifugal movement. So just like a wire brush, it does create a little bit of micro scratches, but I'm not too worried about that here. This piece is just for me, and I wanted to keep a little bit of that antique charm. I'm using this wire brush because it removes that darker patina. Now, I am a huge fan of the dark patina on brass things in my house. However, because I had already had to go through and grind down that oxidation on the tip of the key, there was a polished area, and I wanted the entire key to maintain the same color of patina across the whole piece, so one part wasn't too shiny and the other part was a little bit darker. So now I'll be able to patina and oxidize at the same rate, and I think it turned out really gorgeous. I can't wait for this key to be hung up in our brand new Parisian apartment. So if you aren't already aware, we are moving to Paris, so look for updates as to where my new studio is and when my shop reopens. Thanks!